What's up, everybody? JT Banks here again this morning. I wanted to go ahead and talk to you about how cool the minor scale can actually be. The minor scale can turn into two other different scales: the harmonic minor and the melodic minor. Today we're just going to talk about the harmonic minor, so this will kind of be part one in our cool minor scale series, I guess. So if we remember, we learned the minor scale a few weeks back, and then we learned the pentatonic scale to go along with it. So let's kind of recap what the minor scale looked like. Okay, so that was the minor scale. Now, the harmonic minor scale changes one thing about that scale, and it changes the seventh note of it. The harmonic minor scale is actually a natural minor scale with a raised seventh note. So you just raise it up half step, or in guitar lingo, you raise it up one fret. And let's talk about first how to play that. First finger on A, third finger on B, so 5th fret, 7th fret, pinky on the 8th fret. Then you do the same thing on the next string, 5, 7, 8. Then, so far we have A, B, C, D, E, F, and then what we're going to do here, instead of going to G over here, we're going to go to a G sharp on the 6th fret of the 4th string using our first finger. And that's what makes it the harmonic minor scale right there. Then we're going to come back to an A here on the 7th fret with the 2nd finger, 9th fret, B with the pinky, and then we're going to go C, 5th fret of the 3rd string with the first finger, D, 7th fret of the 3rd string, 2nd finger, and then a 9th fret, which is an E, and then we're going to go F, and another G sharp's coming up here. It's a little bit of a stretch, guys. Make sure that thumb is behind the neck and in the middle. Third finger is going to reach down from 6 all the way to the 9th fret, right here. And then another A to the 10th fret with the pinky. Then you're going to reach over. Last string is normal. Just 7th fret with the first finger, B. 8th fret with the 2nd finger, C. And D with the 10th fret, 4th finger. Fifth fret, first finger, 7th fret, 3rd finger, 8th fret, pinky. Same thing on the next string. 5th fret, 5th string with the first finger, 7th fret, 8th fret, and then 2nd finger on 6 on the next string, and then 7th fret with the 3rd finger, and then shift up to the 4th fret on the next string, 5, 7, and then 5, 6, this is all on the next string, 5, 6, and then stretch down with your pinky to 9, and then 5 over here, 7, and 8, all on the first string there. Now an alternate way to do that, if you want to avoid this stretch, you could go just 5, 6 on the 2nd string, Then shift up to 4 again over here on the first string. And just play 4, 5, 7 with your first, second, and fourth finger on the high E string. So that's the alternate way to do that if you just don't want to do this stretch right here. But I would advise you to challenge yourself and to really focus on making those fingers stretch out a bit more. So if you're playing it in the key of A harmonic minor, then the notes are going to be A, B, C, D, E, F, G sharp, and A. So let's talk a bit about what the whole steps and half steps are going to be. This is going to be a bit interesting because we have that raised seventh. It's going to create a little bit of a compound interval, I guess you could say. So these steps are going to be like this. Whole step, half step, full step, half step, and then a whole step plus a half step, then back to a half step. So in music, what we call that seventh note in a scale that is a half step away from the root, in this case it'd be A, that G sharp is a half step away from A. What we call that is a leading tone. Now the major scale naturally has this inside of it. So if we were to go back and think G major, the seventh note of G major is F sharp, and F sharp is a half step away from G, which naturally creates a leading tone. This is very important in music to have. It's why a lot of classical composers and especially musicians of today, when they play in a minor key, eventually you kind of hear that harmonic minor sound creep in at some point, because it helps the ear pull back to the root of the key. So if you're in A minor and you hear a G sharp somewhere, that's what's going on. Another way that the harmonic minor gets used sometimes is in the chords also. So if we're in the key of A minor, so what I just played was the A minor chord, moved it into the E major chord, and then moved it back over to the A minor chord. Now why is that significant? Why does that create that sound? Well, because A minor, the notes of an A minor chord are just A, C, and E. So you're taking the first, third, and fifth note from the A minor scale and putting them together. When you play an E major chord, the notes of E major are E, G sharp, which is that first fret on the third string, and B, or even that B over there. So E, G sharp, B. And if you notice, that raised seventh of the harmonic minor scale is in the E major chord. It's the third of the E major chord. So it creates a nice little, very dramatic, very harmonic minor sound to it. You also hear this a lot in Spanish music. You hear it a lot in Middle Eastern music, things like that. It even did a video one time about how you can use scales and make them sound like different cultures and things like that. It's pretty cool little study, really. Check it out. That was pretty much all I have for you today. I just wanted to show you the harmonic minor scale, and next video I'm going to talk about the melodic minor scale. So I hope you tune in for that one. I hope you found this useful. Hope you found it helpful. All I want to do for you guys is just any of you out there that's just looking to be better musicians, better songwriters, things like that. That's what these videos are intended to help you become. So I look forward to seeing you again. Make sure you practice. Don't ever forget that. Use a metronome. And I guess I'll see you guys later.